Okay, this is a video for homework 4, problem 15. So here, let's see what we have. We have a golf association requires that golf balls have a diameter that is 1.68 inches. Again, in your problem it'll be different, but the whole process will be the same. To determine if golf balls conform to the standards, a random sample of golf balls was selected. Their diameters are shown in the table. So we do have our data table here. And what's really nice is you actually don't have to copy and paste anything. If you click this little blue box, you're going to be able to open this in StatCrunch. So I'm going to go ahead and open it in StatCrunch right away because I know if there's that much data, then I'm going to want to use StatCrunch. I don't want to do these calculations by hand. And as you can see, it's filled in a column with the diameter of the golf balls for me. Okay, so let's go through our other parts of our question here. Letter A, because the sample size is small, the engineer must verify that the diameter is normally distributed and the sample does not contain any outliers. The normal probability plot and blocks plot are shown below, and I have to click to view these graphs. Are the conditions for testing the hypothesis satisfied? So again, we're looking for if it's normally distributed and if there are any outliers. So normally distributed would mean that in this normal probability plot, these all conform to sort of a line. So if you look here, they're within these parameters. So I would say that this is normally distributed. And then also, if you look at our box plot, we do not have any dots that are outside of our whiskers, right? So these little lines here are called your whiskers in your box and whisker plot. And I don't see any outliers. So I think we are good, which is why they have said yes. Now letter B, do the golf balls conform to the standards? Conduct a hypothesis test using the p-value approach and a level of significance of alpha equals 0.05. And here's where we're going to go to StatLab. So, StatCrunch, I should say. So we're going to go over here and press Stat. Here we are going to use T-Stats because we're talking about a mean here. And we're going to use one sample with the data. I'm going to select my column, which is diameter. There's only one column here. And now I have to fill in my information for my hypothesis test. Now again, the hypothesis was that, of course, we start with always the equal. The null hypothesis, or H naught, which is right here, H naught, is 1.68 inches. And then we are just testing to see if these golf balls actually comply with that. So if they are 1.68 inches, close enough. And so therefore, we're not going to be dealing with less or greater. We're just going to be dealing with not equal to. So let's check this out. We're going to do 1.68, and I can leave my other one here. Notice your equal sign never changes because your null hypothesis is always an equal sign. And we just click compute. So here we have our p-value. So let's see here if we got the same value that they did. Oh, they actually gave the t-statistic too. So our t-stat is 0.77, which we also got. The p-value they wanted to round to is 3 decimal places, so that would be 0.457. And over here, we have 0.457. Now, the way that we always make our decision is that we think of the p-value and how it relates to alpha. If p is low, we reject the null, okay? So if p is lower than alpha, we reject H naught. If p is not less than alpha, then we fail to reject H naught. So here, if I have 0.05 for alpha, 0.457 is much larger than that, right? So therefore, I would say that I fail to reject H naught, right? So if I fail to reject this, again, we never actually say that we support the null hypothesis. It's the one on trial all the time. But I certainly can't support this, right? So we failed to reject the null hypothesis. It is innocent until proven guilty, and it has not been proven guilty, right? So therefore, there is not sufficient evidence to conclude that the golf balls do not conform to the association standards. So again, this statement here, not equal to 1.68, was not conforming to the standards. So there is not sufficient evidence to support this claim that they do not conform to the standards. I hope that helps. And again, if you have any trouble with this, please let me know and I will certainly help you out.